I didn't reread the text. I never do when it's from her. Rereading suggests surprise, and there wasn't any. We're skipping your kid's birthday this year. Things are tight. I typed no problem and put the phone face down on the counter, where the edge of the laminate had been lifting for years. My daughter, M, was at the table coloring a cake she'd invented, 7 candles, purple icing, a dragon on top, because she was still negotiating between childhood and being older. I told her the pizza would be here in 10 minutes and that the candles were in the drawer with the batteries. We didn't make a big thing of it. That was our rule. Big things were fragile. We kept them small so they didn't break. The party was quiet. 2 kids from school. A lopsided cake I made the night before. M blew out the candles with her eyes closed hard enough to make a wish look like work. She hugged me longer than usual. I took pictures but didn't post them. Posting had become a kind of begging, and I'd decided to stop asking. A week later, Christmas morning arrived with its usual choreography: coffee first, then presents one at a time, then pancakes because sugar without protein is a trap. M sat cross-legged in her pajamas, hair going everywhere, opening gifts from me and from the people who show up without reminders. She thanked everyone carefully. She's always been careful. I checked my phone because I'm human. The feed scrolled itself. Snowmen, matching pajamas. Then my sister's post landed like it had been placed there on purpose. Balloon arches, gift towers, boxes with logos you don't accidentally buy. My parents standing behind my sister's kids, arms wide, faces lit like they'd just solved something important. The caption was a mess of hearts and so grateful and family is everything. M leaned against me, the way she does when she wants to be close without making a point of it. She saw the screen. She read faster than she let on. They forgot me again, didn't they? She whispered. Not crying. Not angry. Accurate. I put the phone down and wrapped my arm around her shoulders. I didn't explain. Explanations turn other people's failures into a child's homework. I said. You didn't do anything wrong. Because that's the only part that matters. Later, while she built a castle out of cardboard boxes in the living room, I sat at the kitchen table with my laptop open. This was the part that would look like nothing if you were watching. No dramatic music. No speeches. Just forms. There had been a pattern for years. Missed recitals. Promises to visit that turned into reschedules that turned into silence. Gifts mailed late to the wrong address. We'll make it up to her. They never did. I'd learned to stop confronting them because confrontation fed a loop: denial, minimization, offense taken. Nothing changed. What I did instead was update records. At the beginning of the school year, when M had started 3rd grade, the office had asked for emergency contacts and pick-up permissions. I'd filled them out quickly then, listing my parents because it seemed harmless. Family helps family, right? It felt neutral at the time. I logged into the school portal now and changed it. Emergency contacts reduced to me and one neighbor. Pick-up permissions removed entirely. I uploaded a short, factual note: no third-party contact without written consent. It wasn't dramatic. It was clean. Then I sent an email to the counselor, not an accusation, just a request to note boundaries. The counselor replied within an hour with a polite confirmation. Paperwork is its own kind of authority. It doesn't argue. I didn't post anything. I didn't message my sister. I made soup for lunch and listened to M explain why her cardboard castle needed a drawbridge. That afternoon, my phone buzzed. My mother's name. I let it go to voicemail. Then my father. Then my sister. The pattern had shifted. Silence, when it ends, makes noise. By 9 the next morning, there was pounding on my door. Not knocking, pounding. The kind that assumes you will open because it has always worked before. I looked through the peephole. My father stood on the porch, coat unzipped, face already red. My mother hovered behind him, lips pressed together like she was holding something in. I opened the door enough to stand in it. I didn't invite them in. What the hell did you do? My father shouted, voice already ahead of him. Good morning, I said. I kept my voice level. M was still asleep. I'd planned it that way. We went to the school, he said, words tripping. They told us we're not allowed to. Do you have any idea how that makes us look? Behind him, my mother's eyes flicked to the neighbor's window. Appearances were her native language. I nodded once. I updated M's records. You can't just... He stopped, because a woman stepped onto the porch from the side path. The school resource officer, clipboard tucked under her arm, calm like someone who has already had coffee. "Sir," she said, not unkindly. "We spoke yesterday. The school followed the custodial parents' instructions. There's no issue on their end." My father's mouth opened and closed. Authority has a way of shrinking people who rely on volume. "This is family," he said, softer now. The officer glanced at me, then back at him. "Family or not, we follow the documentation. If you have questions, you can contact the district." She handed him a card. Paper beats shouting every time. They left without another word. The engine started. The quiet that followed wasn't relief exactly. It was something sturdier. Later, my sister texted, "Did you really have to do that?" I didn't answer. My mother sent a message that tried to be neutral and failed. "We just want to be involved." Wanting and doing are different verbs. That evening, Em asked if Grandma and Grandpa were mad. Kids always ask the practical question first. "They're surprised," I said. "And that's okay." "Will they forget me again?" I thought about lying. I didn't. "I don't know," I said. "But I won't?" She nodded like someone filing information away for later. Then she asked if we could make hot chocolate with extra marshmallows, because some decisions should be easy. Weeks passed. There were no balloon arches at our door. There was a card in the mail unsigned with a gift card inside. No note. I put it in a drawer. Em never saw it. I wasn't trying to punish anyone. I was trying to protect a child from learning that love is conditional and loud. At the next parent-teacher meeting, the counselor mentioned how calm Em seemed. "She knows who to come to," she said, like it was a small thing. It isn't. On Christmas decorations clearance day, Em and I bought a string of lights for cheap and hung them in her room anyway. She said it felt like a secret. I told her some of the best things are. Sometimes my father still calls and leaves messages that sound like lectures with the ending cut off. Sometimes my mother sends pictures of my sister's kids, as if proximity by image could do the work of attention. I don't respond to those. The power didn't swing back with a bang. It settled. It became boring. That's how you know it's real. On nights when Em falls asleep with her light on and her book face down on her chest, I sit in the doorway and watch her breathe. I think about all the ways people tell you to make noise to be heard. I think about how sometimes the quiet thing, the form filled out, the boundary held, is what finally changes the room. There was no celebration. There doesn't need to be. We had pancakes the next morning. We always do.